If the night is burning.
Where did this come from? What is this lighting all of a sudden? Cool. Oh. Hello, gals, blokes, and all other folks. My name is Mortius, and today we are here for our newest patron pick, Peter Hollens' Icy Fire from The Hobbit. I'm pretty excited for this one, actually. I used to be a huge Peter Hollens fan, and then just right around the time, I don't know if I was just like, if I just like thought I grew out of it because I was a stupid teenager or what, but I feel like it was right around like mid-high school that I started falling out of both Peter Hollens and Pentatonics. And kind of both of them, I was just like, like, I've really liked all their stuff, but like I kind of started exploring new things. So like nothing against them. I just kind of around the same time just kind of was like, new things. You know what I mean? But I always remember I really, really liked his work. And so I'm kind of excited to hop back into what we have here. Real quick before we keep going, I want to thank you to all of the patrons who joined me in the month of August. I really appreciate it. And if you want to join them, visit patreon.com/Mortius for some fun benefits, including your name up on the whiteboard for next month's patron choice. Yeah. But yeah, so I don't have too much to say about this. I like the original song by Ed Sheeran. Actually, you know, I do have one fun thing to say about this. The original Ed Sheeran version is the first song I ever performed with anything close to actually being a cappella. We had kind of this like group challenge kind of thing in one of my choir classes. I don't even remember what year it was or why we did, like, I don't remember the story at all, but it was basically just like make your own a cappella piece. And it can be a really, really simple thing. And so we did this one. There was like some really crappy, like low level beatboxing. It was literally just me and two other people. Kind of just trading off and doing some harmonies. It was not good, but it was fun to actually arrange and do. And the other stupid teenagers seemed to like it. So there you go. Wonder if I have that video somewhere. I'll try to find it and send it to Mason, but I doubt it. I doubt I would be able to find that. But anyways, that's the personal connection I have to this song. I also worked in a movie theater while the Hobbit movies were coming out. And the first one was okay. Not even okay. The first one was good. The first one was a good movie. And there were also two others. And I'm just going to go ahead and get into this reaction before I make anyone mad. Oh, that was not scrolled back to the beginning.
Oh, misty eye of the mountain below.
I love the crackling of the fire and how front and center that is. Obviously, it's even in the original version, it's a very simple, there's not a lot going on just for the start all the way through Keep Watching Over Durin's Son. But yeah, I like the very simple opening. I like having the fire on top of the simple opening, so there's just a little extra something happening. That's what I was trying to say.
The eye of the mountain below. Keep careful watch of my brother's souls. And should this sky be filled with fire and smoke.
The little bit of echoing is very interesting. Like, conceptually, I like it, but I almost feel like it throws me off just a tiny bit, purely because they're, like, the audio is telling me two things. The audio is telling me you're in an open place with fire, and you're in somewhere with a very artificial sounding echo, like a cave or something. So, unless it zooms out and he's in a cave, in which case, props to the sound designer. Otherwise, it's a little weird. But that's nitpicking. The vocals are amazing. I just don't have anything to talk about with them because they're so plain.
Keep watching
The arrangement is plain.
over Jordan.
Ooh! Oh! Hold on. I like the boom, boom that we've got top right Peter doing there. Very cool. Yeah.
If this is to end in fire, then we should all burn together. Watch the flame.
I'm gonna nitpick it. Hopefully for like big pans of Peter Hollens. Hopefully for big fans of Peter Hollens, I like to just comment on everything I see. I actually have ADHD, not just the like, oh, you weren't able to stay still when you were a teenager and now you think you do, like actual diagnosed proper frontal lobe didn't grow right ADHD. So I apologize. I kind of just bring up everything to me. This is not actually a detriment, and it's just something that I've noticed. But I really like being able to see what's happening in my arrangements. That's why, for example, Marwan Amen is one of my favorite acapella things, because anything he's got happening musically, you can always see. So the small, not even musical nitpick, but just production nitpick that I have here is I wish there was a second Peter singing the lines, because there is such a clear octave harmony. There are two Peters singing the lyrics in my ears and only one Peter singing the lyrics on the screen. And I don't know. It's not a bad thing. It's just my own preference. But I like being able to see what I'm hearing in this kind of video.
If this is to end in fire, then we should all burn together. Watch the flames climb high into the night, calling out, Father, oh, stand by and we will watch the flames burn over on the mountainside.
I liked that. Like, it had this building up on awe, crescendo on awe and decrescendo on ooh. I think were the vowel shapes. Now I'm second guessing sounds.
Burn over on the mountainside.
Oh, not ooh. It's very cool.
Burn over on the mountainside. And if we should.
Ooh, I can't tell if that was I can't tell if that was an actual shaker or him imitating a shaker with his just with his voice, but I really like the momentum that he was building there. That was really cool. Listen to this.
And if we should.
He kind of, it's like it kind of like each one is a little bit stronger than the end, or then in the final four shakes, each one is a little bit stronger than the final four, so it gives a really good sense of momentum going into the next verse. It's kind of got like a, and it's like, oh, we're moving somewhere. It creates really good musical momentum. Listen.
And if we should die tonight, we should all die together. Raise a glass of wine for the last time, calling out, Father, oh, prepare as we will watch the flames burn on and on the mountainside.
Ooh, that harmony was spicy. Hold on.
Burn on and on the mountainside.
I like that harmony you've got pushing things forward in the background. Again, I'm noticing Peter's doing something really, really good here, where he's kind of in the arrangement acknowledged how simple the vocals are, and made sure that whenever the vocals are starting to get all repetitive or stale, that he is using the backgrounds to push things forward and keep it interesting and keep it moving, keep that momentum, even when the just melody line is getting stagnant. That's not quite the right word, but hopefully you know what I mean.
For the last time, calling out, Father, oh, prepare as we will watch the flames burn all along the mountainside. Desolation comes upon the sky. Now I see fire inside the mountain. I see fire.
I love, you know what? I mean, on the one hand, I kind of take back something I'm saying earlier. On the other hand, the fact that he does it here means he should have known to do it earlier. But this is exactly what I'm talking about. I love seeing what I'm hearing. I love having a physical, visual representation of what I'm hearing in my ears. Like, oh, it's so, so good. And it's done expertly
Now
here.
I see fire.
It really shows the creativity that goes into it. Woo! Oh, I love that so much. And it makes me wish we had the second Peter earlier even more, but this is cool enough that it makes up for it.
Inside the mountain, I see fire. Burning the trees, and I see fire. Hollowing souls, I see fire. Blood in the breeze, and I hope that you remember me. Oh, should my people fall, then surely I'll do the same.
It's a really weird thing to say. Again, ADHD. Anything that goes in my mind comes out my mouth unless I actively stop it. I feel like that's gotta hurt your pecs after a little bit. Like he's like slapping upward. Like it's not even like up here on like the more sturdy chest part. He's like slapping his pecs and he's like do 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 whoosh, every time. And it's like that looks painful after a little bit.
People fall, then surely I'll do the same.
Look at how much his shirt moves. He's like really slapping. I can't feel good.
Confined in mountain halls, we got too close to the flame. Calling out, Father, oh, hold fast and we will watch the flames burn all along the mountainside. Desolation comes about.
Listen to that.
Watch the flames burn all along the mountainside. Desolation.
I did the cutoff early, but you heard that in the background, that build up. Ooh, so good.
Comes upon the sky. Now I see fire inside the mountains.
And again, he is just an expertly showing the skill of taking repetitive vocals and making sure the backgrounds make up for it. Every verse, despite the fact that I see fire inside the mountains, I see fire, like that whole chorus, exact same every time. And so he took that and went, well, I don't want to make them listen to the exact same thing every time. So what can I do in the background to keep it auditorily, is that a word? To keep it exciting for the ears every single time you hear it. And he's pulling it off to perfection.
Inside the mountain, I see fire. Blood in the trees, and I see fire. Hollowing souls, I see fire.
Interesting harmonies. He's mixed. I was just saying that the chorus always sounds the same, and then for the third one, he's like, but what if I threw in my own harmonies? And I'm like, Nothing against them. They're cool harmonies. I just really like the energy of the octave harmonies of the original. But of course, he stayed true to those for the original, or for the first two choruses. So mixing up the third chorus isn't a bad thing. It's not my preference. Not what I would do if I was arranging it. But they're good harmonies. I just like the feel of the original so much that I don't like these harmonies in comparison, despite the fact that they are objectively good musically.
Blood in the breeze, and I hope that you remember.
That, however, is a change that I will always welcome, which is having the backgrounds repeat the words of the melody line. Heck
And
yeah!
I hope that you remember me. And if the night is burning.
Where did this come from? What is this lighting all of a sudden? Cool. Oh, hello, bedhead. Let's just go ahead and put that back on to cover you. Yuck.
And if the night is burning, I will cover my eyes. For if
Yes!
the dark returns, then my brothers will die. And as the sky is falling down.
Oh, look at how much emotion he's got. He has such an incredibly expressive face. That's something I've always felt in his arrangements, which really adds something to the music for sure.
Brothers will die, and as the sky is falling down, it crashed into this lonely town. And with that shadow on the ground, I hear my people screaming loud. And I see fire
Yes!
inside the mountain. I see fire burning the trees. I see fire.
There's so much happening.
Glowing souls, I see fire. Blood in the breeze, I see fire. Oh, you know I saw the city burning high. And I see fire. Feel the heat upon my skin, yeah. And I see fire.
Expertly. Cool. I just let that ending play through all the way because it was just so cool. Visually, musically, way to really, really send it home at the end there. I really, really like that. Honestly, in a weird way, again, ADHD, saying everything that comes to my mind. I'm not trying to promote my own stuff on this cover. It's just genuinely related. That makes me feel a lot better about an arrangement I'm working on, because an arrangement I'm working on is for a also very, very simple song, and I kind of have like the ending by far be the most interesting part. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, are people really going to even watch that? Like, people going to watch to the end? Are they going to really be able to like enjoy it if like the beginning like is almost uninteresting compared to the end? But like how cool that felt at the end when all the pieces he had been building up the whole time came together into one perfect like creation at the end. Not only was that expertly created a cappella, it also made me feel a lot more confident in the decisions I've made in my own arrangement. So just kind of a cool little aside there. Let's shut this down. Well, I was going to say let's shut this down so Mason can fit in the Patreon. But I don't know if he's going to do that, because then he would have to cover this. But that's not the end of the... I don't know. He'll figure it out. Yeah. That's all I have to say. So, thank you to everyone who voted on this over on patreon.com/Mortius. If you want to participate in things like this in the future, feel free to join them. This poll, being able to vote on it, is only $1 a month. That's $12 a year. And you can pay for it annually with a 10% discount, which means if you want to get a whole year of voting in these polls, it's $10.80 for a whole year. That's not bad. And it helps me out while we're house shopping and need every little penny we can possibly snag. So, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to everyone who recommended this. My shirt is like weirdly... Okay, it stopped doing it. There's like an angle where it's like weirdly flat. Like it almost looked like it was cut off, except my camera's better than that now. And as always, gals, blokes, and all other folks, I will see y'all in the next video. And bye-bye.